if somebody's moving forward, and pushing the issue, and you can't ignore them, you still have to
Oh no, I ain't
do what you
saying
have to do to
you can
address it.
ignore it, but it's a reason behind it. Is all I'm saying. It's like this shit just come all out the blue. They know what they doing.
Yeah. All
You
right.
know what I mean?
Yep. What's up?
Yeah. All right.
All right, we live,
All right.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. We live. All right. Hey everybody, welcome to Real Brothers for the Real World. My name is TL, and that's my man Stace.
What's up,
And
y'all?
welcome to our digital neighborhood.
Welcome.
Once again, we got a good show for y'all coming up tonight. And Stace, why don't you tell us what we're working with?
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly podcast, Real Brothers for the Real World. We're gonna put the link out here now, so if you see the link, feel free to click on it. You don't have to turn your camera on. So if you're currently not fully dressed or got your makeup on, or your hair is not combed, you can still feel free to hit the link, join us, and conversate with us. We got 4 topics for you. We have men's unhealthy lifestyles. We have support for the Ukraine. What about us? We have what is your definition of success? And do we really know what hard work is? All right, those are the 4 that we have, Nike. But TL, before we go, man, do you have any randoms? You have any thoughts, man? You got any randoms? And first, your shirt looks good, man. I see you got your merch on. You
I
looking
see
good,
you
Nike.
got your merch on
You
too,
looking
buddy.
good, man.
You looking good. You looking
Looking
good.
good. Yeah, we got the merch available. We got the price and everything on the website,
Yeah, it looks good, man.
realbrotherslive.com/merchandise. We
Right,
put it
right,
out here
right.
also. Check out the link, and we got mugs, we have bags, we have shirts, dickies.
Yeah. Hey,
So click
do
on the link.
y'all if y'all tired of seeing those cats and all of MAGA this and MAGA that, hey, we got the answer for that now.
Get your
So
crown. Get your
yeah,
crown.
that's right. That's it.
All right. So you got any randoms, Nike?
I did have a random.
All right. While you search for that, I have one.
What? Go ahead.
Got some feedback on that the cop that quote unquote mistakenly murdered Dante Wright, man. They gave her 2 years.
Yo,
2
man.
years.
Yeah. Actually, I got it written down. That was going to be my random actually.
Really?
So we can bust that up a little bit.
Yo, man. Now the thing that's crazy is the fact that the prosecutors wanted 7 years. They wanted that police officer to get 7 years. She got 2 years and also went below what the prosecutors wanted. They said that.
And
Go ahead.
and she got 2 months time served. Come on, man.
But also, Nike, they said when the cop was reading her impact statement that the judge was basically up there fighting back tears. Now that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
crazy. Yo,
crazy.
Nike, are we on Facebook? I don't see us.
Facebook. I think we are.
Uh, I don't see it up here. All
Yeah,
right,
we on Facebook.
we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So the link is out there. We want you to click on the link and join us. But yeah, that's terrible. Now they were all the of
Hey,
course.
Stace, you got an echo.
I have an echo. I got everything muted.
All right. That might have been me.
Oh,
Ah, my turn.
going
All
back to the
right, all right,
basics. All right.
all right. Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and of course, the family is up in arms. Now, I don't know, and they'll
They
probably
should
go
be.
after. I agree. Now they'll probably go after the police officers civilly, but I get that. But at the same time, like that officer, that she needs to serve some time. You know,
Stace,
I,
I
I
can only say one thing about that,
mm,
and this is kind of this is where it's messed up, right? Same situation, right?
mm, mhm,
Reverse,
mm,
reverse the
mm. It
participants.
happened. It happened already, and he got 12 years. Black cop
That's
killed someone. I guess it was a white person. Said he was sorry, and he got
no,
12
no, no,
years.
no. I'm talking about if Dante Wright would have killed her
The,
or did something to her by
yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, no.
He would have got life
He'd have got life
or
or
the
the
death
death
penalty.
penalty. Right. Absolutely.
That's not right, man. That's not right.
Or at least if you're going to go under the requested punishment that the prosecutors wanted, you should have a reason. You should have to explain why you're going to go beneath the 7 years that they requested. What is the reason for that? But for you to be able to just randomly, for you to just be able to randomly, punish this person and dole out less years than was requested, that's ridiculous.
You know why that is. You know why that is.
We know why. But
the thing is
blatant.
They say that. Well, first of all, the law is supposed to be the law. Remember, you always talking about the law, right?
Absolutely.
The law is supposed to be the law
for everyone.
We all know that the law ain't the law.
Well, and things like this night kind of make the things like this shines a light on that. Unfortunately,
yeah. And the thing is, they also say that nobody is supposed to be above the law.
Absolutely, right.
That ain't true either. We know that ain't true. Right.
Look at Donald Trump.
Look at Donald Trump.
Agreed. Right. Yeah.
If that would have been Barack Obama, he'd be in jail already.
Be in jail. Yeah. And I mean, and now that you brought it up, though, looking at Trump, I mean, look at what they put Clinton through when they were talking about she was communicating on an unsecured line and all of the others, and Russia. I hope you find the 30,000 emails.
Right.
And he flushing them in the toilet. And
he flushing top secret documents
stuff in the toilet. They taking it to the crib, which is against the law. He knew that it was wrong. I mean, at some point,
because he know ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. He know that they're not gonna do nothing about it.
But that's the problem, though, man. That right there is the problem. You have to make it a semblance of equality, man. But when you do something like that, that's so blatant.
But they're not even worried about that anymore. You know what I mean? They used to be at least try to front. They used to be like, all right, we take care of you. We throw you in one of them federal prisons for a little bit. And then they're not even doing that now. They like, man.
Or at least see,
do what we want.
You know what though? And maybe though, with situations like this, maybe they need to have a board or something where if a judge does something that's so egregious that because a judge can be recalled, and maybe they need to start doing that a little more frequently with these types of decisions. If enough judges out there think that was wrong, they need to start stepping up and then making that judge be accountable for their reasoning behind that decision. I can take that. Give us the reason that you did it.
Nah, because there is no valid reason. There's no valid.
I mean, I agree with you, but I want to hear her reasoning for it. If she did have a valid reason, then say it.
The reason that she gave is because she said it was a regrettable mistake, and she believed that she didn't, mean to do it on purpose, and she has 25, 26 years of
stellar
excellent service and all. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you know what though? But you took a life, and I get that. You took an innocent person's life with a mistake. A mistake.
So she'll be out in a few months,
basically, right? Yeah.
And she'll be able to, raise her family. Right. That's the same thing I say about when my son got killed. You know what I mean? Right. The part that they gave that boy like 25 years, he'll be my age when he get 40. Out.
Right? Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So damn, my son, he ain't gonna get married. He ain't gonna have a kid. He not gonna, do all the things that a young man does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that's what they were saying. It's almost like the family. That's what the family said. That it's like you killed him twice. First the cop killed him in the car, and then when you let her off the hook with a year and a half,
you killed him the justice that he was supposed to have.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that. You know what, man? Like I've been screaming this since we've been on. This system needs an overhaul.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Overhaul. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Sometimes, sometimes freedom and justice don't come the way people want it to come. Sometimes you have to fight for it because the people that oppress you is not going to let you be free. They're not saying, all right, well, if you want to be free, go ahead, be free. No, they not having that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gonna make it worse and worse and worse because the more we struggle to get away, the more they gonna put in front of us
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
stop us
See now, and
from
unfortunately,
doing
Nike,
that.
what I hope they think about, and maybe this is the problem though, that sometimes when you're on the other side, you're not paying attention to the people that you're affecting, because if you continue to put that pressure on people, then there's an explosion. You can't do that.
That's what I'm
You can't
saying.
do that.
It's time to explode. It's
Yeah,
time to
I mean,
explode.
if
It is.
like you said, I mean, if they're gonna continue down this path and continue to do things that are so blatantly, then
Right.
it's going to explode, and it
It
won't
has
just
to.
be.
It has to. Pressure
You're right.
bust
It has
pipes.
to. Right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they have to think about that kind of stuff, man. Did you find your random, or was that it? That was yours also.
Yeah, that we were both on the same page on that one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go, Nike. We have our four: men's unhealthy lifestyle, support for Ukraine. What about us? What is your definition of success? Do we really know what hard work is?
All right.
You
If it's
got
up to,
something?
yeah. Let's because last week we were supposed to hit the men's unhealthy
Mhm.
lifestyles.
Right.
So since we
Okay.
didn't hit that, let's start off on that, and then
Okay.
we can get that out the way.
Okay. All right. Now, well, do you have you have something that you want to start off with, or what?
Huh?
You have
Well,
something to start off with, or
one thing, yeah. So if everybody who don't know, maybe they maybe there's some people who don't know that I'm just now, and maybe you could tell in my voice a little bit that I'm getting over pneumonia.
Hmm, from last week?
So yeah, from last week. So I had this cold that I was kind of kept ignoring, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So one day, a few weeks ago, I couldn't take it no more. Um, so I had went to the emergency room. I'm to find out it was like, well, you got bronchitis,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to, they put me on bed rest for 2 weeks, and they was like, look, you know, you got it kind of good, you got it kind of bad, so you need to, or it's going to develop into pneumonia.
Right.
Damn if I didn't, what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
start going outside doing shit. And
Mm-hmm.
guess what? It
Mm-hmm.
developed into pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
So, and instead of me like taking the time to step back and take care of myself, I'm steady rushing, doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that makes your immunity stress or lower your immunity as well. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I gotta learn how to ease back.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I'll say this, Nike. Now part of the story is, as we talked about, our unhealthy lifestyles, especially for men, man. We ignore symptoms. We ignore
Right.
things. When one of the things that happened to you is that you passed out. Remember?
Yeah, passed
You know,
out and look, got up and just kept on
in
going
the
like, oh,
kitchen.
damn. I got up like, God damn, I hurt my knee and my ankle.
Terry
But I
told
just kept
me.
on going, kept
No,
it moving,
hold
you know
up.
what I
No,
mean?
Nike, listen. You
Yeah,
told
go.
me, you like,
Yeah.
yes, days I fell out. I'm like, well, Nike, how long you down there? I don't know.
Yeah. When I got up, I was like,
He was like,
my
yo,
face
the
was on the
dog, right?
floor.
You said the
Yeah,
dog was licking you or something. I
yeah, the
mean,
dog. My face is on the floor. I'm looking like, damn, what? You know
which,
what I mean? But I
which
got
I
up
mean,
and kept it moving. And then I
and
passed out a week later and passed out
that's
again.
and right. And
And
thank
that's when it
God
was like, come on.
you gotta do something
Venus was
right.
like, come on, man. What you
Right.
doing?
Right.
Take
And
your
I
ass
think
to the
like,
doctor.
and I'm in the same boat, man. Like I said, I told you that when you told me that, I said, okay, because I haven't been to the doctor in a while. I know that.
Yeah.
I made the first step. I called to make an appointment, but they said, well, you got to get your
They're
blood
like, we
work
don't
done.
know you. They're like, who?
Oh, that's not even funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so they were like, before you come get your blood work done. So I didn't do the blood work yet, but to your point, man, I think we ignore, as long as we feel okay,
Yep.
we ignore it. And then
Ignore them
sometimes
signs, man.
Yeah, and we have to do better. You know, we have to. But why is that? No, I mean, what
I
is it?
think
We're not
we on
afraid of
that hamster
doctors.
wheel, man. It's like we so busy trying to do whatever it is we focused on doing. We don't recognize the symptom. Well, we recognize them, but we like, I'll be fine.
Mm,
You can't keep saying I'll be fine, I'll be
mm,
fine, I'll
mm.
be fine, because you fuck around and won't be fine.
Like we
Like
we take.
that last time I went to the
Mm,
emergency room, I
mm.
thought I was actually having a
Yeah, I've been
heart
through
attack,
that. Yeah.
but it was my lungs and shit. But that shit felt like I was having. I thought I
Yeah.
was
Yo,
getting ready to be out of
but you
here.
know, Nike, I don't even know if it's the fact that we're so busy. We take better care of our cars than we do our bodies. You know what I mean? Because when that
Yeah,
check engine light come
that's true.
on,
That's true.
or when your car starts smoking,
Yeah,
you take it to the, you take it to the shop.
right.
Whereas, we somebody said they can't find it, Nike.
Can't
Uh,
find what?
I guess the podcast.
Here, let me send the
Um,
link.
yeah, yeah.
Where do I send the link at? I'm gonna just post it on. I'm gonna just post it on Facebook somewhere.
Okay, because I thought I did. Okay, I'm gonna say he's.
Yeah, stay set this one up, y'all. Y'all, we we'll be good in a
No,
minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
Um,
all right. Let's see. We
all right.
post it here.
But he's gonna post it now. So if you're looking for it, TL's gonna post it. But and I think that's the thing. Like what I was saying is that I think what it is that we don't. I don't know if we don't value doctors, but we just, I don't know if it's that Iron Man thing where we just think that it won't happen to us, so we ignore it because, like I said, if our car starts smoking or we hit on the brakes and we hit metal on metal,
Right.
we're gonna get it taken care of. We're gonna get it taken care of immediately. So I
Right.
don't know why why we ignore it. It should be up there now. The link should be up there. Um, but like you said, man, we have to do better. We have to do better. And I know that as we get, I guess when we're younger though, we have less issues because we're running, we're ripping and running, we're outside, we're running
Right.
basketball,
Right.
we're
And then you feel invincible when you're young
right,
too.
right. But I think even deeper to that, like I think when we're young, we're just so active that, and we're stronger. We're active, we're stronger, so
Yeah.
we can fight through things. I think when we talk about lifestyles, though, something you said earlier, stress. We stress will kill you. Stress will kill you, and it wears you down. You know,
Facts. Yep.
but also, we become stationary. We
Right.
don't. We're not out moving and running, and even if we're not running, we don't. We drive everywhere. We don't walk. So we eat the stuff we always ate, but you don't burn it off. And I
Right.
think that is one of our biggest problems, man. You can't stop moving. We have to move.
One good thing about being sick, yo, I done lost like 20 pounds. See how loose this shirt is on me?
So you be tight.
I'm a
You know,
lightweight now.
yeah. Look, you need my size.
Damn.
Yeah, man. But you don't want the sick diet. If you want to
Right.
lose weight by moving around, not getting sick. So, we have to do better, man. We have to do better, and not only as a result of someone yelling at us, basically making us, go to the
Right.
doctor. Because
Yeah.
you had somebody telling you, all right, get
Like,
up
come
and
on
go.
now. You passing out and shit. Suppose we be in the supermarket somewhere. I
Yo,
tell you to grab some groceries and you fucking
yeah,
laying out in the middle of the damn aisle. Come on, man. Go
yeah.
get yourself checked out. I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
but now here we go. I see it now. But yeah, hey Nike, man, I'm gonna this week I'm gonna call make the appointment to get my blood work done. That's a vow.
Yeah.
So next week I will be able to report that I made the appointment to get my blood work done to get into the doctors. Because
And yo, here's another thing too. If you over 50, I know people ain't trying to hear about no
colonoscopy,
prostate and colonoscopy and what's that shit?
colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy and all that
Yes.
shit.
The Strawberry Mansion came leaking out.
Yeah. Yo, go get it, man.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
get it. It ain't, you know what I mean?
yeah,
People, I ain't.
yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
man, that a lot of people get early detection of cancer and all
Right,
kinds of stuff, man. Like,
right,
you know,
right,
it's only for your good, you know what I
right.
mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
and as they said, I mean, if they catch it early, they can, they can do things about it a lot of time. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
They have to catch it early. But a lot of time we wait until our leg is no longer moving, and then we want to go get it looked at. So
You're
you
like,
know,
damn, I ain't shit in 3 weeks.
we got to do
You might
better,
want to
man.
get that checked out.
Yeah, like we got to do better, man. But all right, that's
Yeah.
my vow. That is my vow, Nike. All
All right,
right,
I'm gonna
that is
hold
my
you
vow.
to it. I'm gonna hold you to it.
This week I will make my appointment
I
to
thought you
go
made
to
your
get my
appointment
lab.
already.
I know I called the doctor,
And
and
you were
then,
supposed to get your blood work,
right, but
and
then
then
the
you
dog
didn't
ate
go
my
get
homework.
it. There you
Yeah, no,
go. That's what
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna
No,
get you
no.
to
You
it
know
this
what happened?
time.
I was worried about you, and then that's why I didn't go. I
Get
was worried about.
get out of here.
you know.
Now
All
I'm
right,
worried
man.
about you. All right.
All right, okay. I'm gonna get it done, though. I'm gonna get it done. All right, you ready, man? You ready to move on? All
Yeah,
right.
let's move on.
We have support for Ukraine, but what about us? What is your definition of success? And do we really know what hard work is? You asked earlier what was in the news, and right now it's all about Ukraine. But where do you want to go? What's up?
Yeah, let's hit that. We might as
With
well
that?
just to get it out the way. You know what I mean?
All right.
Support for Ukraine, but what about
What
us?
about us? Right. I mean, and you hear that sentiment often. One of the topics we had a couple weeks ago was should we send our troops to other countries? And that's kind of what people were saying. Like, we have issues here. Good evening, Lynette. Oh, okay. Now that I was in the wrong area. That's why I didn't see anybody saying anything. What's up, Pat? Um, now I get that, Nike, and you're right. That sentiment is legitimate. But I go back to one of the cliches that is always often said, that if you don't know and practice history, you're bound to repeat it.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll ever be a time again when we can solely focus in on what's happening here. I think that we still have to pay attention and be involved with things that happen all over the world. I don't.
We have to pay attention, but we don't have to run and jump every time another country, has something going on. And here's another thing. I'm gonna tell you what, this war is fake as hell.
Why do you
And I'm gonna
say
tell
that?
you why. So, they trying to do the great reset, which I've been talking about that for weeks, right?
Mhm.
So what they're going to try to do is blame this war that's going to come, and because if it was a real threat, they'd be talking about nukes and all that bullshit. But then
No,
we all be dead. You know
no,
what I
they
mean?
have wars without. Every war
I
is not
know,
a
but
nuclear
listen
wars.
to me.
Okay.
For major countries like the U.S. and Russia, they be bullying people because they got them nuclear weapons.
Right.
But look, so they know they're not going to actually have a real war.
Mm.
What it is now that we starting to have all these electric cars and and now we have all of these windmills and all these different ways of energy, of ways of getting energy. The oil prices and the gas prices are going to suffer. Well, the people that make money from that are going to not suffer, but they're not going to make as much money as they would. So, okay, how do we get more money coming through the pipeline for the oil and the gas? Oh, well, we could start a war and say that they shutting down the gas lines or not giving us enough gas. And then next thing you know, gas gonna be $5 a gallon.
It's inching up there now anyway. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, so what? Remember in the Iraq War,
Mm-hmm.
it was weapons of mass destruction that time, right?
That we were looking for. Right.
That we were looking for. They didn't have no weapons of mass destruction.
Right. Right.
And if you remember, then gas went to like $5 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just them trying to level out the market so they can get the money that they were getting.
See, but this one is a little different though, Nike, because this one you have one side, which I mean, this time we're on the side trying to prevent a war. We're telling Putin, which is Russia, to not go into Ukraine, to not invade its neighbor. So this one is a little different, though. The U.S. is not pushing for a war. So when you say it's fake, what do you mean? Who's fake?
You think they didn't negotiate this ahead of time?
Who did?
You think the Russian government and the U.S. government and the UK government and all these different governments, you think that they just came up with this this just came up out of the blue? Like all of a sudden he just want to go and invade Ukraine for no apparent reason.
Well, no, he started that. Ukraine has been kind of in a war with Russia since 14. In 2014, Putin took part of Ukraine, Crimea, I think it was called. He went in and took part of their land and occupied it. It has been occupied it. They've been shooting at each other since that time. And now he's surrounding the full country, basically saying that he's not going to go in and take the rest of it. And that's what the argument is about. So you think,
but they haven't been aggressive towards Russia since then.
Who hasn't been aggressive towards Russia?
Ukraine.
Well, Ukraine is a little country. They're not going to be aggressive against.
So that's what I'm saying. So how come all of a sudden now Putin is like, yeah, I'm going to wait until 2022, and now we just going to go and invade for what? Like for what? Why would you invade the Ukraine?
Because
if it wasn't about oil or
because
he
can. But now what actually, and that's what you just said, land. Because remember, Ukraine was a part of the USSR. When the USSR broke up, it became one of their small provinces. And the argument is that Putin wants to bring all of that back together. So he's saying, okay, he went into Georgia before, and he took part of Ukraine in 14. So he's saying, all right, this year I'm going to take the rest of it.
Right. So, but you know why that is, right?
Why?
Because there's pipelines that run through there.
Well, actually, now listen to this. The U.S. said, and the European Union told him one of the sanctions that they're threatening is if he invades them, they're not gonna allow him to build that pipeline because it has to go through their territory. So
that's why he wants to. That's what I'm saying. It's all about the bottom line. This shit is not about like because they don't like the Ukrainians or because they got an attitude or they don't like the U.S. It's all about this money, man.
It is. True.
That's what all these wars is about.
But I
would not send my son over. My son, I got 4 sons. I got 3 sons left and a daughter, and I would not send any of them over there to fight.
Well, if your kid was in the military, it wouldn't be up to you to send them. If they were in the military and they said they had to go, they would be over there. But I don't know. Right, correct, because they're not in the military. But again, I don't know if I don't think that we can idly sit by and watch him go over and take over another country and take over their land. That's what I'm saying in the beginning. I don't think that you can allow that to happen anymore. The same way.
How come the UK didn't step up? That's over there.
They are
over there.
But everybody, the European Union or what is it, NATO, that all of those countries are a part of, they are united, telling him that they're not going to allow that. They all are saying that if he does this, they're going to take part in the sanctions that they're proposing. So I don't think
all of those money are all of those countries sending all this money to Ukraine? Where's that coming from?
No, all of them are. All of them are sending weapons and sending all these different defensive weapons and also now offensive weapons they're sending to Ukraine so that they can protect themselves. And I think we have to. Like I said, I think nowadays, Nike, the world is so small and we have weapons that can go from one country to the next, fly overseas within a matter of hours or so. I don't think we could ignore things that happen outside of these borders. I don't think we can do that anymore.
I'm not saying ignore it, but what I'm saying is we have problems right here in the U.S. that they're not concerned with fixing, and yet they're going overseas trying to fix somebody else's issue.
Now, I agree with that.
They owe us.
I agree with that.
Pay us what you owe, and then y'all can go and take care of anybody y'all want to. But y'all can't do that without paying us what you owe us.
Now I agree with that. I do think though that you know, you still you basically you have to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. You can't
Right.
ignore, you know, what's happening here and only focus on there. Yeah, I don't think you can do that. I
And
think
all
this
those
country,
trillions of dollars that they spending in the military, like
absolutely,
some of that money can be used for issues on your home soil.
yeah,
Like you
agreed.
don't need all of that all of that extra, all of those trillions of dollars and all of
Mm,
that
mhm.
for weapons that you supposedly got the best weapons anyway.
Right, right, yeah. I mean, but you still got to update them, and you have to
You
stay
still
relevant
got to update them.
because the other
I'm
thing
not
too,
saying
like
that, but what I'm saying is, like you said, got to be able to
walking through
walk
gum.
and chew gum.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like you know, of course, you know, some people will call the U.S. a bully, but let's put that to the side. You have some countries like Russia that if the United States were not strong, they would be trying to come over here. They will be the what keeps us safe is our strength. You know what I mean? You know, so we
Same
have
can be
to be
said about
strong.
black folks. That's the way we need to look at it.
Well, true, true,
You know what I
true.
mean?
You know, I mean, I agree. You know, I don't disagree with what you're saying though, that you can just ignore the problems at home and focus solely on what's happening in another country. You know,
Yeah, the
I just don't
government
think
is
that
big. They
the
have so
government is
many
big,
different.
right? Right,
Yeah,
different
yeah, they
branches,
can
and that's
do
what
that.
you have. That's why you you know, that's why you delegate. You have the Secretary of the Interior or what have you to take a look at what's happening here and focus on those issues. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think that, you know, when people say that they, you know, we need to just not pay attention to what's happening all outside of these shores. You know, I don't agree with that though.
Like
You know.
trillions of dollars to Lockheed Martin and Skunk Works and
Mhm.
Boeing and all these companies. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah. All right. So all right, Nike, we got two more. What is your definition of success? And do we really know what hard work is? Now, all right, let me chime in on this one about the hard work.
All
I
right.
put a I put a post out on the group text, and I shared it actually. Let me see. Take care of home first, then others. That's what Lynette said. Lynette Clement. Now, Lynette, what we're saying is that we have to be able to do both at the same time because the issues that are happening here, we can't focus on these issues here. You're gonna put that back up. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, we can't just solely focus on the issues here and say we're not gonna deal with those other issues until we resolve these. So
Right.
that's why I say we have to be able to do both at the same time. You know, so
Right.
I don't know if I agree with when she says take care of
I
home
agree with that.
first. You know,
Well, they need to take care of home because
absolutely.
that's like that's not even hard to do. If they wanted to do that, they could do that overnight. Like that's not something that is like
Well, no,
would take.
it's hard. It's hard. That's not an easy answer. I think that if it were easy, it would have
It's a
been
pretty
happened.
easy answer if you ask me.
What do you mean, Nike?
Reparations, right? Consisting of uh tax exemption,
Mm.
uh land that they owed us, 40 acres in the mule, remember?
Right, but you still want a mule?
For a black sovereign nation. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Then healthcare,
Mm.
uh job training, education. I
Okay,
mean, there's a
okay,
whole list that they could do if they
right.
wanted to.
But my point is that, and I'm not even talking about whether I agree with what you said or not. When I say it is it's not easy, those items that the list that you just ran down, even if you take land from where? So not that I disagree, but it's hard to okay, where's the land going to come from? You got to get it from somewhere. You know what I mean?
There's
So
plenty of land in the United States that's not being used. Plenty of it.
yeah, but I mean, but who owns it, and then who's gonna get it? You know what I mean? Now,
Who
you
owned
know
it
what's funny,
before?
Mike?
Who owned it before when they took it?
What do you mean, like Native Americans? Give it back to
Yeah,
Native
who owned
Americans?
it before when they took it?
Native Americans before
They
we came
didn't.
here.
Yeah, but I'm saying they wasn't like, man. Well, we ain't got all this extra land. Where we gonna get land from?
But
They
I'm talking
like,
about now. I mean, if we were to talk
yeah,
about,
but it's the same thing.
oddly enough, Nike, I think the tax thing that seems pretty easy. I think
That's
that can
easy.
happen.
That's
I think that's
easy.
pretty easy. I think that's pretty easy. All right. Somebody, Lynette, goes on to say it's like the face mask on
Oh,
the
okay.
airport. it's like the face mask in the airport. What do we have to do first?
Put your mask on. And she's right. You got like you there's
Oh,
a
I see what you're saying.
procession to,
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Right.
You have to do
Right.
things in a certain order. Well,
Mm.
before you go off to these other countries giving all this money and all this support here.
Yeah,
Black
I know.
folks need money and support.
Oh,
You owe
I
them
agree.
money and support.
I agree. I'm just saying that we would have to do both because we can't not deal with things that bubble up. That's almost like one of your kid acting bad, and then the other one start acting bad, and you ignore the other one until you deal with the first one. No, you
Right,
have to
right.
deal with both of them. You got to
Yeah,
deal with
but
both
like you
of them.
said, you have to be able to walk and chew gum.
Correct. Agreed. Agreed. So, now as far as the second topic I brought up, it was a video that someone posted that I shared. It was of a lady. I think she was like 103 years old, and she was talking about how things were when she was coming up, when she was young, talking about picking cotton, getting picked up from her home 3 o'clock in the morning and working to 5 o'clock in the evening. And it just got me thinking, man. That they that group there, that generation there, man. I mean,
They were
we,
slaves.
I mean that.
They
That's just,
really didn't have a choice.
agree, but what you know what though, Nike? It just makes me say
They
two
worked them
things.
people, man, till they died.
They
Some
died.
of those people worked until they actually fell out dead in the
Now,
field.
agreed, and that's the extreme. But Nike, I think that we have become complacent. Also, we don't. I think enough of us don't grind and fight, and you know what I mean. I don't think we fight like
We survive, man, and we do what we do what we have to do to survive, right?
Mm,
We
mm,
live in a system that is totally against our people,
mm,
right?
mhm, mhm,
So we have to live, and it doesn't matter what kind of job you have,
mhm,
what
mhm,
kind of status you think you have. uh running in the wrong neighborhood, jog down the wrong
mm.
neighborhood,
That's right. We
you know
just
what I
saw that.
mean?
Yeah.
or
Right.
drive down the wrong neighborhood. You know
Mhm,
what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. You could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor. They don't
mhm.
care. You
Right.
got that melanin, you got a
Wrong
problem.
place. Right.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so that has a lot to do with
Mm,
why we are the way we are. We're in survival mode most
mhm,
of the time.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
like I always say, we're that hamster that gets on that wheel and we can't get off, because if we get off, we ain't gonna eat.
Well,
We
but you know,
running,
Nike.
running. We ain't
But
gonna have
Nike.
nowhere to
But
live.
I guess what
Running,
I'm
running.
also saying is that enough of us, more of us need to get on that hamster wheel because I see a lot of us, just looking for the shortcut, man. You don't agree with that?
Nah,
That
no. That
a lot
hamster
of us,
wheel is killing us, man. That
no,
hamster wheel is killing
Nike,
us.
but we have a lot of us that are just kind of sitting back chilling. Now that's not the majority. That's not the majority.
But
But
the people I think that are sitting back and chilling, I
it's a
have
small
compassion for
percentage.
some of those people just because they haven't had the opportunity to see what's past their front door. You
Mm,
know what I
mhm,
mean? The
mhm.
only they only see
What they've
what's
seen. Right.
directly in
Right.
front of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have blinders on that was not put on them, themselves. Most of those people were born with those blinders on
Mm,
because those
mm,
blinders are passed from generation to generation.
mm. So you
So it,
saying that the value of hard work, a lot of us, a lot of ones that are kind of sitting back chilling, you're talking about don't understand the value of hard work because
yeah,
they don't see it.
and plus they don't have the tools in order to
They don't think they have the tools.
they don't think they have the tools,
Right.
right? And
Right.
if
No,
nobody tells them
I agree.
that they have the tools,
And they
and
don't
if
have it. Yeah.
nobody shows them that they have the tools,
Mm.
then
They
you
don't
don't
have
know what you don't know,
it.
right?
True. True.
So
True. True.
you
Now
know,
I can run with that. I can run with that 100%. If you don't know what you don't know,
right,
and like I said, thank God, it's a small percentage, but it just
right,
made when I saw that video, it just made me say, now that is hard work. You know what I mean? That is hard work. I
yeah,
mean, they went through so much for us, to get us to
Right.
where we are, to give us the ability to sit back. You
Now
want to
that's what gets me frustrated.
what night?
There's so many. I mean, there's so many people who fought for us,
Mm-hmm.
who lost their lives for us. There's so many people that, you know, did whatever they had to do. You know what I mean? To in order to
That's right. Get
move
us.
us forward.
That's right.
And some of us still just sitting back,
Mm,
like,
mm,
like we ain't in an urgent situation,
right.
or like,
Right.
people didn't actually fight for them. Like,
Right. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
fought for you, and you here, and you won't even fight for yourself. What's
Yeah.
that? Like,
But so do
I
you
don't.
think
That's the part that I don't understand.
so? But you know what though, Nike, apply the same thing that you said though. Some of them they don't know what they don't know. So is it the fact that they don't know their history, or we're so far removed from the people that did the fighting that they don't realize what was done on their behalf? You know what I mean? Why would they then? I mean,
Right,
because at
right,
this point, though, part of it is the mentality. And we hear it all the time. This generation, and not only this generation, it's the entitlement. Some of us feel entitled, like I'm supposed to have this. Where does
right.
that come from?
That comes, but because we are, and we talked about this on the last show, about like the Gucci and
Mm,
all of this stuff. We have been brainwashed to think uh that stuff is what is successful,
mm,
right? And this that'll be a good segue into our next topic. But the thing is, there's a machine at work:
mm, mm,
social media,
mm,
cable TV, all Facebook. You
mm,
know what I'm saying?
mm,
All of this shit is constantly programming. And you know what? And it's been a plan from the start.
mm,
What do they say when they come back from commercial?
mm,
Now we get back to our regularly scheduled programming.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
They telling you.
yeah,
They
I
telling you.
agree, man. And that right there, though, and like I said, though, thank God it's not the majority, but that right there, if it doesn't turn, I mean, if we don't, but again, it's the smaller percentage, and I
This
think
percentage
that
is growing though.
see now I go the opposite way. I think that the percentage is getting smaller. I think we are starting to realize that things aren't as hunky dory as maybe we thought. You know what I mean? I think
No, we always knew it. We always knew it
But I think, but
since
see,
the
but again,
50s,
well, see,
since
what I
the
think some of us got
1800s.
lulled. Some of us got lulled to sleep, thinking that we made it and everything was good. But I think
Right.
that the things that has
Right. That's
happened,
exactly,
you
you
know,
hit it right on the
recently,
nose.
so
Right.
now we're starting to realize that okay, we still have a little way to go, and
Right.
this fight is not over. So
Yeah.
that's
This
why I
fight is
say,
just starting.
I
You
mean,
know
and,
what I
and
mean?
well, again, because there's some that
We
realize
took
that
some baby steps. I'm not saying that, but we still got
we still got longer to
miles to
go.
go.
Yeah, we still
You
got
know?
longer. Right, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think that we do realize enough of us starting to realize that even those of us that made it realize that they can't just take their resources and move away from black folk and think that they're good. No,
Exactly.
you're
Exactly.
still
Right.
you still gotta
Right.
represent.
Because like I said, if you got this melanin,
You're still a part of it. Yeah,
you still black,
yeah.
and that's how
Still
they're
with
gonna
us.
look at you. It
That's
don't
right.
matter what kind of fancy degree you got.
Mm,
It don't matter. It
mhm.
don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter.
Now,
You know what I'm saying?
Lynette said, however, there are some lazy people and don't value a day's hard work, and that's what we talked about. There are some people like that. Again, it's the smaller percentage, but they do exist. She also
Right.
says a lot of us are overworked and we're tired, and sometimes the expectations are higher on what we're expected to do in the
Exactly.
workplace. Agree, agree,
Exactly.
agree.
Agreed.
We've always said that we have to be better.
Yep.
We have to be better. But so all right. Anything else on that one, Nike? Ready to move on?
Yeah, that's a good segue into that other topic
Last
that we
topic.
had, the definition of success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might fit good with that.
All
So
right. What are your
Stace,
thoughts on that? Yeah.
what is your definition of success?
At night, I've always said that you can determine what success is. Success is reaching goals. I think, and of course, no one else can set a goal for you. So the definition of success is when you set a goal and you reach to achieve that goal. Now, fortunately, I think that it should always be a moving target. I don't think that you set a goal and then you reach it and say, "Okay, I made it," and then
Like
you
I
stay
got it.
put.
I'm out.
Right, right. I made it. Yeah, right. Now I
I
can
made
die. Right. Yeah.
it.
Well, actually, like, it's a good thing you said that. That is
Yeah,
the reason why I think it should be a moving target, because I think that that's what keeps us growing.
right.
Always have something over the horizon to reach for.
Right.
So actually, I think that success is a verb. It's a behavior. It's a learned behavior. It's
Right.
setting. It's movement. It's setting a goal, moving forward, reaching a goal, setting another goal, reaching forward. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
my definition of success. Success is not a thing.
Well, my definition of success is, and I didn't have like a a bullet point,
Mm,
like I'm going to do this and I'm going
mm,
to do this. My definition of success is that I've been able to take care of my family
mm, mhm,
since I was 18.
mhm,
You know what I mean? And it wasn't easy. You,
mhm,
you know what I mean? I brought my son to my graduation. You remember, Stace?
yeah.
Like and I was a young kid, you know what I mean? And I didn't have a dad, so I had to figure it out.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
in the midst of me figuring it out, yeah, I made some mistakes,
We all do.
along the
It's
way.
life, right?
Uh but I judge my success on my family.
Right, right, right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because I make good money, I whatever, all of that bullshit. But
Mhm,
that don't mean nothing, because like I said, I still got this melanin.
mhm.
So
Right.
money, that people don't see when I walk into a store, they looking at me like I just got off
He's
a
a black
park
dude.
bench.
He's a black
You
dude.
get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Right. And
I
regardless of
had people
regardless of how
clutching
much
they
money
while
you made.
I done had people clutching their pocketbooks and shit. And
Mhm,
I'm like,
mhm.
bitch, I could
Yeah.
fucking buy
Mhm,
your whole shit. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they still see a black man. That's all
Right.
they see is a black man.
Right.
So,
Right.
you
And
know,
unfortunately, Nike, and this goes, as you said, it's a good segue. It does go back to what you said at first. There's a machine out there that's their job is to make us consumers.
right,
So, their job is to make us think that this LV bag equals success.
right.
And
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 that's it.
this
Yep.
this
Yep.
flip
Glad
phone,
you
or
brought
this,
that up. Yep.
this phone, this new phone, not the phone,
Yeah.
not the old phone that you had that can still make calls, but
Right.
this new
You had to
phone.
get the new thing that's out.
That's right.
And it don't work no better than
It's
than
not
the
doing
old
anything
shit.
else. It might be a little faster, but the new phone equals success, and that's the problem. I mean, I think
That's our problem. I think
that's yeah.
that's part of the problem in the black community.
Mm,
We focus too much on the wrong shit.
mhm.
Like
Now it's not just black community though. I mean, this is
I
you
mean,
know.
I'm talking to my black
I
community. Like
got
you
Okay,
know what I'm saying?
that's your
Like, and
concern. Right,
I'm not a racist,
right,
or
right,
and I
right.
don't,
You talking to your
take
family, right,
right. I'm talking to my family, right?
right.
Like
Hmm.
my people.
Hmm.
What I'm saying is, let's let go of these. Like, okay, you got a nice job, and first thing you're gonna do is jump out and buy Benz, BMW, all that. All
Hmm.
right, that's cool. You
Okay,
want to flex,
I got
whatever.
that.
I can
I
see it.
got that. You
All right,
earned it.
whatever.
Right.
But don't
But what's
get
next?
that. But don't get the Benz, the BMW, all that shit before you get you somewhere to live.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pull up in a Benz at your mama house,
Right, right. Well,
right?
actually, it's funny, and I think that therein lies the problem. I mean, I think once you start down that path, once you become a consumer, then it's never enough. And I think that's the problem. Now
But
you
it
you
should be.
you
We
know
got
you
to
see,
train our kids.
but this what I'm saying. I mean, because I do believe that everyone has the right. You work hard, you should treat yourself.
You
You have a
should.
right
You
to treat
should.
your hat.
You
Has
absolutely
something
should.
shiny. If that makes you, if that makes you feel good, but the problem is we go overboard.
Right.
Now I got the car I want. Now I gotta have those expensive shoes. Now I gotta have the expensive bag, and everything. And then, as they say, now you're chasing bags forever. Now it's about
Right.
stuff. Now we think it's those things that make
But
us
let me ask
happy.
you this, Stace.
Mhm.
If you need a brand new shiny car or brand new shiny chain
Make you feel
or
good.
something like to make you feel good,
You got a problem.
Ain't it really something?
Agreed.
Ain't the problem really deeper than that?
Agreed.
Like
Yeah,
it may be self-esteem.
that's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I had put a post up there saying that um, you know, we have our priorities wrong.
Mm,
You know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get a Benz if you want one, but get it when you
right.
can afford it. Get it
Right.
when it's not going
Right.
to have you taken away from maybe your kids
Right. Right.
experience, or
Right.
taken away from
Experience. And
right.
now the word that you just said, Nike, and for me, what you just said was key. Experience. I think, there's a commercial out now saying, um, are you going to look back in life and say, I wish I would have bought this, I wish I would have bought that? No,
Right.
life is
No.
about experiences.
Experiences.
It's about
Right.
experiences, because
Exactly.
that's what enriches you.
Right.
That's truly what
Right.
enriches you, not that shiny thing sitting outside. So
And remember we was talking about those stimulus checks?
mm-hmm.
People could have got those stimulus checks and went to trade school. Could
Mm-hmm.
have like 10 people who got a stimulus check could have came together, put some money together, opened up a small business,
Mm-hmm.
or bought a property, anything, man. Like what I'm saying is, like, soon as we get money, the first thing we want to
Stuff.
Yeezy.
Yeah.
Well, he
Stuff.
already rich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeezy is already rich. He don't need your $1,500 or your $1,200.
Which
You
is
know what I'm saying?
crazy. Yeah.
Right. He already rich. Jordan don't need your money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jordan already rich. He don't give a shit if you buy his sneakers or not.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I'll say this, Nike. I don't think that a lot of us appreciate the importance of different experiences. I don't think we
I don't think so.
realize
That's because
that.
they don't have different experiences. See, that's the key.
True.
You know what
So
I'm
it
saying?
goes back to but like ignorance.
It goes
Don't
back
know
to
what
that,
you
right?
don't know.
You only know what, like, a lot of these guys out here that's doing all this shooting and all of this stuff, right? And doing all this shit out in the street.
Mm-hmm.
So they listening to an older version of themselves, like this knucklehead. He ain't never been out the hood. He ain't going nowhere, but you listening to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he like, man, I would bang that dude if he did such and such and such and such. So now you going to bang the dude for what?
Yeah.
It's nothing out here other than somebody killing somebody in your family, or somebody, doing some horrible shit that you should go out here and kill somebody for. Like, that's
Destroy
stupid.
your life,
And
right?
and people are doing that like blocks are fighting over blocks. That's
That they
because
don't
you ain't
know.
never been outside. You ain't
They
never
don't
been
know.
nowhere.
Yeah. All right,
You
let
know
me
what I mean?
let me read this one.
Yeah.
Lynette said, success looks different for everybody depending upon what they want to achieve. Right. Success is about personal achievement as well as overcoming. And that's what I said. Success is a verb. Success should be viewed as a verb because it's movement. It's movement. The other Lynette says people equate self-worth with materialized items that hold clout in our society. You took it down too fast. I couldn't read. There's a program. And okay, yeah, that's what she's saying. There's a machine out here that their job is to program us into believing that having more things, is going to bring happiness. And I've always said if that were the case, look, rich people wouldn't commit suicide.
Yeah.
There's a hole inside. There's a hole inside you. There's something missing. That
hole in your soul.
Thinking, there's right. There's something in you. There's something. There's a void in you that you believe that this shiny object is going to fill, and then you're going to get it. You're going to feel good for a little while. You can feel good, but after a while, in your solitude, you're going to be sitting there, and that hole is going to reappear.
That hole ain't never got filled.
Never went anywhere. Right. That's right. That's right. But I think that, like you said, I mean, we look. It's harder, I think, to look inside and
then to look outside. You're
right. You can put those things on the outside. This hole is here because I don't have that external thing. No, that hole, to what your point said earlier, Nike, that hole is there because there's something missing in you. There's something you need to do about yourself, and that's a tougher hole to deal with.
So the next time, my brothers and sisters, next time y'all go to Gucci or Louis or any of those high-end stores, just think about it for a second. Do they really need my money that I worked hard for?
Or even deeper than that, do I really need this?
Right.
Do I really need this?
Right.
You know,
Those Gucci, they don't even like black people.
mm. Now I don't know
You
you got
you
that
remember
from,
no, no, you remember the clothes they pull out with the monkeys and shit on it? With the black
but
face? Gucci.
no, I don't remember that.
Man, let me tell you.
Mm.
Gucci can, man,
Mhm.
man,
He
you
said,
lucky this is a
yeah.
almost family show.
He said
What
he
I'm saying,
almost
like,
right, right, right.
yeah,
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, man, they don't need our money.
right.
Gucci, none of them. I'm just using them as an example, but they don't need our money. If you want to spend some money, go spend it in the neighborhood. Go
Go buy
spend
some
it on
Real
some,
Brothers merch.
yeah, hey,
Buy a Real Brothers shirt.
hey,
Right,
but at least the money that
right.
you spend on us will be put back into the
Mhm.
community.
Us,
You know what I
us,
mean? But
right. Our
for
families.
us,
Right.
you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's so
yeah.
much
You
people
know,
gotta wake up from, man. Like,
yeah. I mean, and don't get me wrong, that's not the crap on those high-end luxury items totally, because there is a market out there. There's some people that, you know, that is relative with, you know, there's some people that can afford it, and them buying a Gucci bag is like spending $5. We're not talking to those folks.
right,
Because, like you said, they can afford it. LeBron James can go buy a Gucci bag,
right.
and, you know, like, and drop those funds and it not mean anything.
And
But
I
if
ain't
you're
gonna front.
wondering about paying bills and all that kind of stuff, then that's probably out of your league.
I ain't gonna front. My wife like Gucci, but I'm like, man,
Mm,
Gucci,
mhm, mhm.
really? That
You know,
what we
I
doing?
mean, see, but again, I think that, you know, you work hard, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but I just think that we can't go overboard. You know, we can't go overboard. We can't spend too much time chasing those things. You know,
Right,
there's a difference.
right.
There's a difference. You talking about when somebody that's zooted with all of that stuff, and then, like you said, they driving that car back to their mom crib, living in the basement. You know,
Right.
or something
Yeah.
like
Be smart
that's
with your money, man.
right, right, right.
Money don't come by as easily. So when you
That's right,
get it, be
right.
smart, man. Be
Respect it, respect it.
right. You got to
Gotta
respect
respect
that
it. You
dollar.
know. All right. She says if Gucci put out a bag that Janae, I can't read that.
Janisha.
Janisha from around the way makes also. Oh yeah, who makes us still want to buy that Gucci? Yeah, you're right.
That hole in your
Yeah,
soul.
yeah, yeah.
That
You're
hole
right.
makes you want to
Right,
buy the Gucci. Because you say, I can't have an imitation bag
right,
and it
right.
looks exactly like that other bag,
Mm-hmm,
but I
mm-hmm.
need that one because it costs more.
Because
I
it
need
costs
that
more.
one because
Right.
it got the label inside.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ain't
Well,
looking
but you know what,
inside
though,
your
Nate?
purse.
But when we talk about that hole in your soul, really what we're talking about is a person that's looking for acceptance. That's what it is. They care too much
Yeah.
about what
What other
people on
people
the
think.
outside think, right? Yeah. So
Right.
I want you to think that I'm rolling like that, even though I'm
Right.
living
It's
way
all a
above my
facade.
means. It's
Right.
all
Yeah.
facade, right? Yeah,
Right.
you're right. So that's
Because
you,
you want
and
people looking at you like, oh, he getting it. Nah,
right,
you
yeah,
ain't getting it.
yeah, yeah.
How you
And
getting it? And yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
to be honest with you, most of the time we kind of know. You kind of know. We
You
all grew
know,
up
right?
in the same neighborhood.
You
It's like,
know who
okay,
getting
you
it, who
walk around
ain't.
with those Gucci's, but we know you can't afford them because your lights off.
Right. And
You know,
then I'm gonna tell you this: people that have money, they're not talking about
they're
how
not
much
nice.
money they make.
That's right. That's
Think
right.
about it.
That's
Think
true.
about it. People that
That's true.
you know what I mean. People that make money or got money like that,
Mhm.
they not. You won't hear them say a word.
They don't have
You know
to.
why? Cause they don't, cause they don't want people like yo.
Right.
You
Yeah. Yeah. They don't want. Right. Yeah. They
know what
don't
I'm
want
saying?
anybody. They don't want
Right.
anyone to know. They're trying to
Right.
hide it.
Right.
So all right, Nike. We've come to the end, man. What do you have in closing, man? What do you coming? It's like we have 2 minutes. We have
Closing
in
already?
closing.
I
Yeah.
thought we had one more joint.
Nah, we hit them all, Nike.
Did we?
Yeah. Hold up. Let me pull them up
Man,
again.
we smooth tonight,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
On time.
Yeah.
God
Yeah. Yeah.
damn, look
Yeah.
at us.
And you didn't
We
start a
getting
fight.
professional with it. We get this
Listen.
thing sharp like
Look.
a sword.
And you didn't start a fight. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's pretty tame tonight. Stacy's
I,
pretty tame.
I'll be saying,
He ain't bite my head off tonight.
uh,
All right.
yeah, we hit them all. Men's unhealthy lifestyle, support for
Right.
Ukraine, your definitions of success, and do we really know what hard work is? We hit them all, man. We,
All
we
right.
hit
Well,
them all, and we
that's
got a what you call them random in there.
all right.
So,
That works.
so what you
Hey
got in
everybody.
closing?
All right. This is my I just want to thank everybody for all of the support that y'all gave us over the past year. And please continue to support us. like I said, we have merchandise for sale. We're trying to do a few other things like the reparations suit and everything. If you have $5, I mean, we're not trying to get this suit for me and Stace, just us.
Mm-hmm.
This suit is for us, all of us. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Reparations for black folks. Like, so this is not just, I understand that the trust issues that black
Mm-hmm.
people have with each other. I get that. I get
Mm-hmm.
that. But at some point, we're gonna have to come together and do what it takes to get where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's either you're gonna do it or either we gonna do it together or we're not
Well, it's
gonna
not
be able
gonna
to
happen.
do it. You
It's
know what
not
I'm
gonna
saying?
happen. Right.
We should be all one black fist,
Mm-hmm.
And but I love all my people regardless. If we get reparations, if we don't get reparations, I love my folks. You know what I'm saying? And love is the new black.
Nice. Man, even your closing was tight. Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, y'all, Nike, you hit it something on the nail though, man. You said that we all we have. We're all we have. We have to work together. So join something, be a part. We understand that everybody can't be on the front line, but when the time comes for action, then we need everyone to move when it's time to move. So again, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You could catch us on all of the major platforms. The merchandise is available. www.realbroslive.com/merchandise. We have it. We have the link up. I just ordered my coffee mug. I didn't ask for the hookup. I'm paying for my own.
Yeah, I was like, I called him. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I
have a
got an
coffee
order
mug.
for your joint.
Because
He's like,
you know what?
you do.
Yeah, you'll see it now.
All right.
As long as the distribution is not jacked up and I get my coffee mug, you'll see it.
Oh,
all
you're
right?
gonna have it ASAP, brother.
All right. So
ASAP.
order your products online. But again, like I said, man, it's been a year. We've been having a good time. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining us. Like Nike said, we got a couple other things coming down the pike, and we really appreciate all of your support.
Yep. Anti-MAGA.
Men, get your health right.
Get your health checked.
Get
I'm
your
holding you to it. Matter of fact, I'm about
by
to
next
call
week.
you.
Huh? No, don't do it.
All right, y'all. Have a good one.
Right. Oh, so Lynette says you got to get a coffee mug. All right.